Nestled in the mountainous terrain between Spain and France lies the Basque Country, a land steeped in mystery and ancient traditions. The Basques are unlike any other people in Europe. They are celebrated for their vibrant culture, unique cuisine, and the enigmatic Euskara, a language with no known relatives. But the real intrigue lies in their origins. Who are the Basques, and how did they become so distinct from their European neighbors? For centuries, the Basques have stood apart, not just culturally but biologically and linguistically. Historians, linguists, and geneticists have puzzled over their past, proposing theories ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Are they the descendants of Europe's original Ice Age hunters? Did their mountainous homeland shield them from the waves of migration that swept through Europe? Or is there an even more complex story buried in their DNA? Recent breakthroughs in genetic research have provided startling answers. For the first time, scientists have traced the Basques' genetic origins with remarkable precision. These findings not only shed light on the Basques, but also provide a window into Europe's distant past. The Basques, it turns out, are like living fossils, preserving genetic clues from the earliest days of human civilization on the continent. This video explores the fascinating story of the Basques. We'll delve into the cultural and linguistic uniqueness that sets them apart, examine early theories about their origins, and unpack the groundbreaking genetic research that has finally provided answers. What we've uncovered isn't just the history of a single group but a broader story about Europe's ancient inhabitants and the forces that shaped the continent. Stay with us as we unravel this mystery, diving into thousands of years of history to understand why the Basques remain one of Europe's most fascinating and enduring enigmas. The story of the Basques is a journey into the heart of human history, a story of resilience, survival, and identity that continues to inspire curiosity and awe. The Basques are more than just a people, they are a cultural phenomenon. Stretching across the Pyrenees Mountains and along the Bay of Biscay, their homeland, Euskal, is a place of striking natural beauty and deep cultural pride. But who are the Basques, and what makes them so distinct? At the heart of Basque identity is Euskara, their native language. Unlike Spanish, French, or any other European tongue, Euskara is a linguistic isolate. This means it has no known relatives, not just in Europe but anywhere in the world. Its origins predate the arrival of Indo-European languages, making it one of the oldest living languages on Earth. Preserving Euskara has been a cornerstone of Basque cultural resilience. Despite centuries of outside influence, the language remains a vital part of daily life for many Basques, thanks to modern revival efforts. Culturally, the Basques are equally unique. They have distinct traditions, such as pelota, a sport similar to squash, and stone lifting contests that celebrate physical endurance and communal spirit. Their cuisine, renowned for pinksos, small, flavorful bites, and cider houses, reflects their close connection to the land and sea. Festivals like the As Nagusia in Bilbao showcase a blend of ancient rituals and contemporary celebration, further emphasizing their deep-rooted cultural identity. Physically and genetically, the Basques stand out. Anthropologists have noted unique traits, such as a higher prevalence of the O-negative blood type, which is rare elsewhere. Historically, the Basques have been fiercely independent, resisting Roman conquest, feudal invasions, and modern attempts at assimilation. Their rugged terrain and unyielding spirit have allowed them to maintain their traditions despite centuries of external pressure. Understanding the Basques requires looking at not only their culture and language, but also their deep connection to their homeland. For them, Euskal is more than a place, it is a symbol of their enduring identity. Their traditions, resilience, and uniqueness make them a living bridge to Europe's past, a people who have preserved their essence in the face of sweeping change. For centuries, scholars have been captivated by the question of where the Basques came from. Their language, traditions, and physical traits seemed so different from those of their neighbors that many believed they must have ancient, even prehistoric, origins. Early theories about the Basques' past were varied and often speculative, but they laid the groundwork for modern investigations. One of the most enduring ideas was that the Basques descended from Europe's original inhabitants, the Paleolithic hunter-gatherers who roamed the continent during the Ice Age. This theory was supported by archaeological evidence, including prehistoric tools and cave art found in and around the Basque region, suggesting continuous habitation for tens of thousands of years. Some argued that the Basques represented a direct link to these ancient people, surviving largely unchanged as other groups evolved and migrated. Another theory focused on geography. The Basque Country's mountainous terrain and natural barriers, such as the Pyrenees, likely shielded its inhabitants from external influences. This isolation led some to suggest that the Basques avoided the Indo-European migrations that swept across Europe roughly 4,000 years ago. Unlike other European populations, which mixed and adapted to new arrivals, the Basques remained culturally and genetically distinct. Linguists also weighed in, emphasizing Euskara's uniqueness. Some speculated that it might be a remnant of Europe's pre-agricultural languages, preserved in isolation. Others proposed links to non-Indo-European languages in the Caucasus or even North Africa, though these ideas lacked strong evidence. Not all theories were rooted in science. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, romanticized notions of the Basques' origins emerged. Some claimed they were the descendants of Atlantis, while others tied them to biblical figures or mythical civilizations. These ideas, though colorful, were dismissed as pseudoscience by serious scholars. By the mid-20th century, the tools of archaeology and linguistics had provided a clearer picture, but the Basques' origins remained an open question. Were they truly Europe's last Ice Age survivors? Or was their distinctiveness the result of cultural and geographic isolation? These early theories were tantalizing but incomplete, leaving much to be explored. In recent decades, advancements in genetic research have transformed our understanding of human history. The Basques, once a mystery confined to speculation, have become a focal point of groundbreaking studies. The results have been as surprising as they are enlightening, revealing a story of ancient migrations, resilience, and survival. The mysteries surrounding Basque origins took a revolutionary turn with advancements in genetic research. By analyzing both modern and ancient DNA, scientists began uncovering the genetic history of the Basques in ways previously thought impossible. The findings have provided astonishing insights into their ancestry and reshaped our understanding of European history. One of the most significant breakthroughs came from studies comparing the DNA of modern Basques with ancient remains found across Europe. The results revealed that the Basques are primarily descended from Neolithic farmers who arrived in Europe around 7,000 years ago. These farmers, originating in the Fertile Crescent, modern-day Middle East, introduced agriculture to Europe, marking a pivotal shift from hunter-gatherer societies. However, the Basques' genetic story doesn't end there. Unlike most Europeans, whose genomes show substantial influence from later migrations, particularly the Indo-European migrations during the Bronze Age, the Basques retain a significant proportion of ancestry from Europe's original hunter-gatherers. These ancient inhabitants roamed the continent during the Ice Age, surviving in small, isolated groups. The Basques' unique blend of Neolithic farmer and Ice Age hunter-gatherer ancestry sets them apart from their neighbors. What about the Indo-European migrations? These waves brought new languages, cultures, and genetic influences that reshaped Europe. Yet, for reasons that remain partly speculative, the Basques were largely unaffected. Their mountainous homeland may have acted as a natural fortress, shielding them from these movements. Culturally, their strong identity and linguistic isolation likely reinforced this genetic distinctiveness. In another groundbreaking study, scientists examined ancient genomes from burials in and around the Basque region. The findings confirmed continuity. The genetic profiles of modern Basques closely resemble those of people who lived in the area thousands of years ago. This stability is rare in Europe, where most populations underwent significant mixing and migration. These genetic studies also debunked earlier theories linking the Basques to exotic origins, such as the Caucasus or North Africa. Instead, they firmly placed the Basques within the broader story of Europe's first farmers and Ice Age survivors. The genetic revolution didn't just answer questions about the Basques, it also provided a lens through which to view Europe's deep past. The Basques are a living time capsule, preserving genetic signatures that have been diluted or lost in other populations. Their DNA offers a unique glimpse into humanity's resilience and adaptation over millennia. Central to Basque identity is their language, Euskara, one of the most intriguing linguistic mysteries in the world. Unlike Spanish, French, or any other European language, Euskara is not part of the Indo-European family. It stands alone, a linguistic isolate with no known relatives. This uniqueness has made it a subject of fascination for linguists and a cornerstone of Basque culture. Euskara's origins remain elusive. Some theories suggest it dates back to Europe's pre-agricultural era, predating the arrival of Indo-European languages by thousands of years. This would make Euskara one of the oldest surviving languages on Earth. Its isolation likely stems from the same factors that preserved the Basques' genetic distinctiveness, geography, and cultural resilience. Throughout history, Euskara has faced numerous challenges. Roman rule introduced Latin, which evolved into Spanish and French, dominating the region linguistically. During the Middle Ages and the modern era, Euskara was often suppressed, particularly under the Franco regime in Spain, which sought to erase regional identities. Yet, the Basques never let their language die. Today, Euskara is a symbol of Basque pride and perseverance. Efforts to preserve and revive it have been remarkably successful. Basque language schools, cultural festivals, and official support from regional governments have ensured that Euskara continues to thrive. It is now an official language in parts of Spain and a key part of the Basque identity. What makes Euskara so fascinating is not just its age, but its structure. The language uses a system of agglutination, where words are formed by adding prefixes and suffixes to root words, creating complex meanings. Its vocabulary and syntax bear little resemblance to any neighboring languages, further emphasizing its isolation. Linguists have long debated whether Euskara might be related to other ancient languages, such as those from the Caucasus or North Africa, but no definitive connections have been found. This linguistic mystery mirrors the Basques' genetic uniqueness, making them a fascinating anomaly in Europe. For the Basques, Euskara is more than a language, it is a living link to their ancestors. It embodies their resilience and serves as a powerful reminder of their ability to preserve their heritage against all odds. In a world of rapid cultural homogenization, Euskara stands as a testament to the power of identity and tradition. The geography of the Basque Country has played a crucial role in shaping its people's identity and preserving their uniqueness. Nestled in the Western Pyrenees and bordering the Bay of Biscay, the region's rugged mountains, deep valleys, and coastal cliffs have long served as both a refuge and a natural barrier. This challenging terrain has not only protected the Basques from outside invasions, but also fostered a strong sense of independence and self-reliance. Historically, the Pyrenees created a buffer zone between powerful empires. While the Romans, Visigoths, and later Muslim rulers conquered vast territories across the Iberian Peninsula, the Basque region largely resisted assimilation. The mountainous landscape made large-scale invasions difficult, allowing the Basques to maintain their distinct way of life even as neighboring regions succumbed to external influences. This isolation also contributed to the preservation of Euskara. As neighboring areas adopted Latin and, later, Spanish and French, the Basques' geographical seclusion shielded their language from extinction. Villages nestled in remote valleys became strongholds of Euskara, keeping it alive through centuries of external pressure. The region's natural resources further supported its resilience. The fertile plains of the Basque Country allowed for sustainable agriculture, while its proximity to the sea fostered a thriving fishing and maritime culture. These resources ensured the Basques could sustain themselves without relying heavily on outside trade or influence, reinforcing their independence. Geography also influenced Basque culture and traditions. The physical challenges of their environment inspired communal activities like stone lifting and pelota, which celebrate strength, skill, and collaboration. These traditions, deeply tied to the land, have become integral to Basque identity. Even in modern times, geography continues to shape the Basque experience. The region's natural beauty, from the lush hills of Gipuzkoa to the dramatic cliffs of Biscaya, attracts tourists seeking an authentic connection to nature and culture. At the same time, the Basques' ability to balance tradition with innovation has turned their homeland into an economic powerhouse. Bilbao's transformation from an industrial city to a hub of art and architecture exemplifies how the Basques use their geography as both a resource and inspiration. Ultimately, the Basque Country's geography is more than a backdrop, it is a defining feature of Basque identity. Its mountains and coastline have acted as both a shield and a stage for their enduring culture, helping the Basques preserve their distinctiveness in a rapidly changing world. The Basques' ability to preserve their identity over millennia is nothing short of remarkable. Faced with external pressures ranging from conquest to cultural assimilation, the Basques have demonstrated unparalleled resilience. Today, their culture thrives, blending ancient traditions with modern innovations, ensuring their uniqueness endures in a globalized world. At the heart of this resilience is the Basques' strong sense of community. Traditionally organized into small, self-sufficient villages, they developed a culture centered on mutual support and shared responsibility. This communal spirit is reflected in their unique political system, which historically emphasized local governance and collective decision-making. The fueros, charters granting self-rule, exemplify this autonomy, allowing the Basques to maintain their traditions even under external rule. Language has been a central pillar of Basque resilience. Despite centuries of suppression, Euskara has survived as a vital part of their identity. In the 20th century, under Franco's dictatorship in Spain, speaking Euskara was outlawed, yet it persisted in private and rural settings. Today, efforts to revive the language have been highly successful, with Euskara taught in schools, used in media, and celebrated in literature and music. This revival has turned what was once a symbol of resistance into a thriving aspect of Basque life. Modern Basques have also embraced innovation while staying rooted in their traditions. The region is known for its culinary excellence, particularly its Michelin-starred restaurants and innovative approaches to traditional dishes. The Basque cooperative model, exemplified by businesses like Mondragon, combines economic success with social responsibility, reflecting their communal values. Festivals and rituals remain a vibrant part of Basque culture. Events like the running of the bulls in Pamplona, the Tamborada drumming festival, and the Asnaguja showcase a blend of ancient customs and modern celebration. These gatherings not only strengthen community bonds, but also attract visitors from around the world, sharing Basque culture on a global stage. In sports, traditional games like pelota and Harry Kirillak, rural sports, coexist with modern pursuits, demonstrating the Basques' ability to adapt while honoring their heritage. The Basques' cultural revival is a testament to their resilience and adaptability. By balancing respect for tradition with openness to change, they have ensured that their unique identity remains vibrant and relevant in the 21st century. Their story is a powerful example of how a community can thrive by staying true to its roots while embracing the future. The Basques are more than just a unique people, they are a testament to humanity's ability to endure and adapt. From their mysterious origins to their cultural resilience, their story spans thousands of years, bridging Europe's ancient past with its dynamic present. Genetically, the Basques offer a rare glimpse into Europe's prehistoric history. Descended from a mix of Neolithic farmers and Ice Age hunter-gatherers, they have preserved a genetic legacy that has been diluted in most other populations. Their DNA tells a story of survival and isolation, shaped by geography and cultural determination. Linguistically, Euskara remains one of the world's great mysteries. As a linguistic isolate, it connects the Basques to a time before Indo-European languages dominated Europe. The revival of Euskara in modern times symbolizes the Basques' commitment to preserving their heritage. Culturally, the Basques demonstrate the power of tradition and innovation. Their festivals, cuisine, and communal values celebrate their rich history while embracing modernity. Their success in industries like gastronomy, renewable energy, and cooperative business models reflects their ability to adapt and thrive in a changing world. The Basque story is also one of resistance and resilience. From Roman times to the modern era, they have faced external pressures that threatened their way of life. Yet, through it all, they have held onto their identity, adapting when necessary but never losing their essence. Today, the The Basques stand as a living link to Europe's past and a model for its future. Their unique blend of ancient traditions and modern achievements highlights the importance of cultural diversity in a globalized world. In a time when homogenization often threatens local identities, the Basques remind us of the richness that comes from preserving one's heritage. As we uncover more about their origins through genetic research and historical study, the Basques continue to inspire curiosity and admiration. Their legacy is not just their own, it is a shared story of human resilience and the enduring power of identity. In celebrating the Basques, we celebrate the diversity and complexity of humanity itself, reminding us that our differences are not just markers of separation but sources of strength and inspiration. The Basques, with their ancient roots and modern achievements, embody this beautifully.